Coach. First ever finalist.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome, man. Foster's done a great job all weekend. Just stayed focused, stayed steady. You know, kept attacking, finished at the end, a great job. And, you know, got a chance to be a national champ. You know, obviously you're excited about that. And a guy that he's wrestled some really tough, hard-fought matches, you know, so I know it's going to be another tough, hard-fought match. And that's what you expect in the national finals, man. I know that he's going to be ready to go out and win that thing. But yeah, obviously really excited for him. You know, it's just so hard, man. I talked about it earlier, the emotional roller coaster that you go through, because, I mean, you know, you get a guy that loses in the blood round, you get a guy that wins in the blood round, you get a guy that loses in the blood round, you get a guy that makes the finals. You know, you get a little bit of all that, and you just got to stay steady as a coach. But incredibly proud of him. You know, if you think about his freshman year, he had a losing record. I mean, that dude had a losing record his freshman year, but just the amount of work that he's put in. And this year we had two seniors that they led by example. I mean, just how they did every drill, how they did everything. They didn't cut any corners, and that's how our leaders should be. Because you know, you're in your fifth year and you're like, well, we're doing these drills again, yeah, and they did them hard, they did them to a team. That's why that guy's in the finals right now. Really excited for him, and man, go be our first. We haven't had a champ since 2000. Time to get one. Time to get one. And then you know what it does? It's the tip of the sword for the rest of the guys. Now those other guys are like, you know what, man, I can do it too. So Foster's blazing a trail for us. Let's get one more tomorrow, and then, you know, let's have Bryce finish with the 7th, and you know, then you can somewhat feel good about the tournament. But man, it's such an incredibly, man, just up and down the whole time. But man, that's a high right there when you get a guy to the finals, and you know, the first, like I said, the trailblazing, man, the first of many to come for you and I.
Yeah, you almost jinxed him a little bit. You said, knock on wood, he hadn't put himself in danger the whole day, and then the third period there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'll give Ness some credit, man. He finds ways, you know, he's very crafty, and pulled him back in that situation. Then he kept his chest down a little bit more beyond that, you know, after that, and then went and scored again, and really, you know, iced the match, and, you know, didn't panic. And that's what you have to be able to do. I mean, you got to have some a little bit of assassin, right? You know, I mean, you just don't waver about anything, man. You just keep that breath and stay on that target. And he did it, man. He's in the finals, and they said, I can tell you this, just being in the finals, you're not going to be content with that. He's going to go out and he's going to go out and try to win a national title, man, and he's going to go out there for 420 seconds and work to be on top of that stand.
If you look back, he might be the most unheralded recruit you've got, and now he's in the national finals. Well,
yeah, I mean, I'll tell you this, and Randy Pugh from day one said, man, there's something special about this guy. I mean, he did. He said, he's like, man, we got to get this guy. This guy's going to be good. He's going to be good. And you kind of, you know, you saw some flashes in his redshirt year. He beat some good guys, and then he moved up in a weight, almost made the national tournament. And then in his sophomore year, places. And then, you know, last year, I think, just put a little weight on himself. Like, I gotta be an All-American again, instead of kind of go out and attacking something. And in this tournament, he's done that again. He's went out and attacked. And they said, man, he's in the finals. He's 420 seconds away from being a national champ.
Talked about, you know, the highs and lows, and it's all over the place. And I understand. Yeah. And not just this tournament, but all the coaching. Is this one of the higher highs in your coaching career?
You know, seeing where that guy's come from, absolutely. You know, but hopefully tomorrow night's a higher one, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what you want. You know, you want to have another one, and because you don't get a whole lot of moments of joy. I mean, you guys see it. You see there's glimpses of it. There's all that work that's done in the dark, and you get to shine out in the light every once in a while. And he shined on the brightest stage right there, and he's going to have another chance tomorrow night to do it. And I don't know. I'm kind of always like, you know what? It hasn't happened yet. You know, I mean, you're just going to have another thing, and you're going to have another thing. But you know, him being in the finals and having a chance to win a national title tomorrow, that's certainly one of my prouder moments as a coach. And let's go get him a title tomorrow.
How do you feel about this tournament? Not expectations are always so high, right?
Yeah.
But you know, above, below, or somewhere in the middle for this tournament for you?
I mean, somewhere in the middle, but it's always probably going to be a little bit below because. Because you know what the guys put into it. You know how much they sacrifice. it is just it's grueling. You know, I don't know how else to say it other than it is a gut-wrenching, heart-wrenching, brutal tournament. But you love that. I mean, you love that you're willing, and our guys are willing to go out there and put their heart out on the line, their guts out on the line, and maybe have it ripped out. Which, you know, you had multiple guys do that just tonight. But you know what? They're right there for their teammate, and they're ready to come back, and they're ready to come back in the sport because they understand what the sport helps make them as men. But man, it is brutal. But I love that part of it because, man, let's go put everything into it with no guarantee, and I think that's what makes it such an incredible sport, and that's why the fans are packed. That's why everyone respects and appreciates wrestling and wrestling people.
As far as preparing for this tournament, I know it's like a constant learning, right? And
yeah,
adjusting year from
absolutely.
year. Is it far off from year to year, or is it small little adjustments?
It's small little adjustments. I think I can tell you that we did make some adjustments this year, training-wise. That, you know, I mean, it was better. We had a better performance this year in the national tournament than last year in the national tournament. And sometimes it's age of guys. You know, I think it's really important that we had a couple senior leaders that they set the example of how we're going to drill, how we're going to be focused in the room, how we're going to go about how they're going to live. You got to have that, and those. Now what's going to happen is just keep carrying that torch, you know, and then getting that torch higher. But if you make adjustments throughout a year, you're always taking an inventory, right? And learning how to improve and get better, and that's what you do as a coach, man, and that's what we'll continue to do. Just continue to improve, man. I don't put anything on the athletes. I try to put it all on myself that, hey, what can we do better? Not put it on them, man. What can we do better? And that's what we're going to work to do.